You know, I really like tea. So, a few months ago, I streamed Saints Row 2 multiplayer, and it was great. Had an awesome time playing it. But then I got to thinking, I never played the multiplayer for the original Saints Row. Not to say that it couldn't be done. It relies on the same sort of peer-to-peer network connections that multiplayer in Saints Row 2 does, but it's a little bit more complicated because the original was only on the Xbox 360, and, well, the multiplayer community for it is entirely dead. I mean, I let the game sit on this screen right here for over an hour just to see if anything would happen, and, no, of course, you're not going to match with anybody. But despite that, I figured surely there's gotta be a group of players, like a community somewhere that still plays this. Or if not, maybe I could just simply build one, right? So I started going on forum websites and achievement tracking websites and hunting down people at Saints Row 1. And so I'm sending them friend requests on Xbox, hitting them up in the DMs, being like, hey man, saw you were talking about Saints Row 1. I'm trying to get a group together to play the multiplayer. Maybe we could even unlock the achievements. Are you down? And a couple of people replied back like, oh hell yeah man, let me know. So it was going great, right? So I'm browsing around, looking around the internet, and I stumble upon a few Reddit threads asking if there's like any communities that play Saints Row 1 multiplayer. And a couple of posts speak of like Discord servers that you could go and join and find people to play there. And they link to servers, but the links were always expired. Well, eventually I stumble upon a YouTube video that has a still working Discord invite link, and I happen to find literally a Saints Row 1 multiplayer Discord server. And this is like a fairly sizable server. It's got over 300 people in it, fairly active. It's really about the same size as my own, quite frankly. And to give you guys an idea of like what the culture is on this server, I'm talking very 2009 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Xbox party chat type vibes. You get what I'm saying? Like anything goes, N-word in every channel. Nobody really gives a stink what's posted. That sort of old school vibe, right? So I join the server and I start talking to people, trying to figure out what the program around here is. And they tell me they don't usually use the matchmaking system because it doesn't really work well. Instead, one of them just, hosts a custom match. They send invites. And as soon as they get at least 6 people, or sometimes more, they actually start the match, and until then everyone just runs around and kills one another in the pre-game lobby, which is what you're seeing me doing in the background footage. There's no real formality to this. It's basically just somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna hop on, anyone wanna join me? They ping people. Very, very casual, like I said. So I hang around for a day or two. And the evening of July 4th, someone actually says, hey, let's all hop on and play Saints Row 1. I joined up with them, we got some people in there, and we started playing. And so here's the thing, right? The guy hosting the match, I'm looking at his Xbox profile and stuff, because he sent me a friend request, and I noticed he's gotten every single achievement unlocked for Saints Row 1. So I'm impressed, because he must clearly have been playing Saints Row 1 for quite some time, and I tell him as much. And so he says, you want every achievement too? And I was like, yeah, I do, because that was, kind of part of my goal was to play and earn the achievements. And not 2 minutes after, all of the achievements just start unlocking for me. Are you serious? He actually unlocked. Wow. Wow. Bro. See, this whole time, I've been operating under the assumption that Xbox achievements are a lot more secure and difficult to tamper with compared to, like, say, Steam achievements. But apparently a few people in this community have, like, modded Xboxes and no developer codes, and this guy was typing all this stuff in from his Twitch chat and controlling it that way of all places, but there was, like, tons and tons of, like I said, developer console commands that he could use to manipulate the server. See, I actually had a similar situation happen with Team Fortress 2 in one of those community servers, but in Team Fortress 2, you could reset the achievements and start fresh. Unfortunately, on Xbox, you can't do that, so a little bit too late now. And I would be more irked about it, but I guess that's just the state of the game at this point. Although, to be fair, you know, I probably should have expected that from someone with a username like God's Hand. That's actually quite the modderish sort of name. So for a while, a group of us, you know, with new people coming in and out, we just ran around the pre-game lobby and shot at one another. And then finally, once we got enough, they set up the match and we went into the first game mode, which was Protect the Pimp. In this game mode, you have 2 teams of 3. One team is hitmen, and they're trying to kill the pimp or stop him from escaping the building before time runs out. And then the other team is the pimp and his 2 bodyguards, and they're trying to either get out before the clock runs down, or just eliminate all the hitmen. It's kind of like Counter-Strike if the bomb that you plant was a real person. It was a lot of fun. I was bad at it in every sense of the word, from knowing how to run to aiming accurately, but I still had a really good time. We did that for a couple of matches, then we switched over to something called Blinged Out Ride. Be the first team to raise enough money to bling your team car up to level 4, and then take it to the victory area to show it off. Basically, you drove around, you did stuff to get money, and then you took the car to the auto body shop, upgraded it. Once you got to level 4, you took it to the destination, and you won. And then the enemy team had their car, and they were trying to race you to get their car upgraded. Again, besides running around and killing opponents, I wasn't much help. Eventually, I just grabbed a truck and then went around and kept finding this little necklace that you could grab and then take to the roof of this parking garage, and that would net your team a couple $100. So I kind of just felt like I was helping contribute at that point. And we still lost. Compared to Saints Row 2, I felt that the multiplayer gameplay for Saints Row 1 was a lot more compelling. Or maybe it was simply that I was playing with more people this time around. Regardless, it was an awesome way to spend a July 4th evening. And despite the rather brash nature of the content in the Discord server, most of the people there seemed pretty chill. Like they were just some random guys that got together simply to play Saints Row multiplayer. And I think that's pretty cool. If you have Saints Row 1 or you're thinking about getting it, then you know just how great the campaign is. But the multiplayer? It's definitely worth checking out. It's nothing crazy special or super unique or anything that's gonna change your life. And I don't expect you to be someone who plays it all the time, like a lot of people in the Discord server do. But if you get the opportunity, give it a try. I really think it'll be something that you remember. Also, if anybody knows how to reset these, let me know.
I live in a double life, man, okay? And I prefer my other one.
Oh.